Hi, I'm Carrie, and I am back with the energy reading for week 2 of this month of October. If you happen to come across this reading later on, then this reading may be meant for you to see at that point in time and take it as that. I am continuing forward with the same decks I used last week, which are the Seasons of the Witch May Bond, the Compendium of Witches, Everyday Witches Tarot, and the Omens deck. 'Tis the season for all things witchy. So I'm going to get these shuffled, lay out our first set of cards, and be back to start this reading. Okay, the primary energy for the second week of October comes from the harvest moon. Slow your heart and move gently into the coming of self. I feel this message is about slowing your pace this week, not rushing forward so quickly, not processing through things and quickly moving on to something else. And the weaver, as the guide to this, is, I think, reminding you that every action, every thought, every situation that you're working through, that you're processing in one way or another, is weaving threads, strands together and affecting everything out and around you. The bee, which I usually associate the bee with busy work because they are constantly, buzzing from flower to flower, pollinating. They are very structured and want to work together with the hive in order to create that and sustain, I should say, the colony. So this is about harmonious work. This is about slowing down. Look at what you are weaving, look at what you are putting together in your life, and how is it balancing you, or how is it working in harmony with the other plans that you have going on. It's interesting how the bee is facing this direction and the weaver is facing this direction. And then you've got the girl in the harvest moon who is facing that. None of them are looking at one another. Each are on their own path, each are doing their own thing. I think that leans heavily into this weaver energy, and how all these separate things that you have your hands in this week are all going to weave the story and affect each other. And you have to keep that in mind as you're adding things to your plate, as you're doing more, as you're trying to make things come to fruition, especially if you let go in order to manifest, like we talked about last week. And you need to look at how those things are balancing you and what kind of disruption they may be causing also. So let's pull some tarot cards to see how this week will go. What I find interesting about these set of cards is the characters on the cards. Besides him who's looking this way, this character is looking in the same direction. This witch and this cat are looking in the same direction as the bee. He is more pointed this way. That's really fascinating to me. So I had talked about slowing down a little bit and looking at all the things that you've got going on and how they're weaving together. And is it creating harmony in your life? Is it creating discord? What is going on in that area? So we got the Two of Wands here. I feel like you need to really look at the plans that you've got going on for this week, and you need to figure out how they're going to fit. And is it going to be disruptive to the flow that you already have established in your life? And the fact that the Knight of Pentacles is right next to this tells me that you really need to stay grounded this week and not get too up in your head, not get too entangled in your thoughts, in case That's what spins your day out of control, is whenever you start thinking of everything that you have going on, and then therefore that takes you out of this slow paced energy and starts spiraling you because you feel overwhelmed by the by everything. So the Knight of Pentacles is reminding you to stay grounded, to stay present in what your original plans were. The fact that I've got the moon over here brings me into that illusion, brings me, and he's pointed towards this. So it kind of goes with what I just said, to make sure that you're not letting your fears, you're not letting your thoughts spin things out of control, where you're feeling like you need to do more, you need to catch up, you need to um, overextend yourself in some way in order to keep up with whoever the person is that you're trying to keep up with, whether that's your shadow self who's telling you that you're not doing enough, or whether you feel that you need to keep up with a coworker or a neighbor or whoever that may be. I feel like this is a reminder to stay present with the night and to not let those illusions creep in. You don't have to push hard every single day. You don't have to push yourself to the limit every single week. There are some weeks that you can slow down, that you can just scrape everything off your plate and choose to do only what is the priority for that week. So let's see what the omen is in regards to this reading. Shooting star, now's your time to make that wish. What is it that you're wishing for this week? If the slow pace is the primary energy, and it's about paying attention to everything that you're doing and how it is affecting everything else, it's weaving into everything else that you have going on. What is it that you're wishing for? What is it that you wish would happen? Put that wish out there on Sunday or whenever you happen to see this video, and see if it makes a difference. See if you can keep your eye or your focus on that wish to bring it to fruition in some way. So, how does this energy sit with you? Do you feel like you need to slow down? Do you feel like you've had so many things, so many irons in the fire, that it's hard to take a breath sometimes? And how are all those things that you have your hands in affecting your life? Are they causing discord, or is it bringing everything into a harmonious song, basically? Let me know in the comments below how this resonates for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And if you want to support this channel, my Ko-fi link is always linked in the description box below. So until I see you next week, bye.